Let's be positive. Okay, let's be positive. We got 3 points. We got 3 points, and a lot of people are happy about that. And like Wolves, we got 3 points. But there's some serious concerns in this side. I'm sorry, there's some serious concerns in comparison to how we're playing to Manchester City right now. And I think it's been like a flip reverse, as in like Manchester City actually did look quite vulnerable at the start of the season. And Arsenal right now are looking vulnerable. And look, we don't concede. We've got 3 points. It's a 1-0, and I would absolutely take that. And I predicted 1-0 with the fact that we could actually concede and it go down to 1-1. We're going to get into the game, get into the players, get into the team selection, and get into the individuals that deserve praise and deserve some criticism. But I'll say this, Manchester City, it was obvious today that they were going to absolutely annihilate West Ham United, who at the moment look like they're going to go down. Leeds beating Palace tonight. Doesn't look good for West Ham right now, even though they've got Nuno. And even though they look like they're going to go to a next level with his system, I don't think they are going to go to a next level now because I look at the scenario of their players and I just think, have they got the quality? But look, that's another story. For me tonight, Arsenal and Everton was a massive, massive game. And it was more the pressure than the quality or the level of ability of both sides, the rivalry of both sides. It was more a fact of go and actually deliver 3 points, Arsenal. And we did. So we should be happy. Now, I'm happy with result over performance every single time, but I look at the performance against Wolves and I think that there was a few concerns there, if I'm honest with you. I think everybody knew the concerns, which was it was quite embarrassing, to be fair, to be clinging on to a last-minute winner at home against Wolves when you saw what they did today at home against Brentford, losing 2-0 quite convincingly. But when I look at what Arsenal have done today, I think we dominated most of the game. I don't think there was any part of the game where I didn't feel comfortable or felt like we were going to be sort of dominated off the ball and couldn't get much of our play going together, or we didn't look like we were going to be able to have any form of possession. But I've got to be honest with you, there was frustrations again. Everton came for whatever came for. I knew what they were going to come to do. It was a low block. It was trying to utilize their assets. But actually, they had quite a lot of the ball at times, and they caused a few frights. They caused some situations where it got the Arsenal fan base nervous. I think the crosses into the box got us nervous. I think the fact that we were only 1-0 up always give us that kind of opportunity to potentially go 1-1 at some point, or maybe you could look at the Sunderland game and think there was similarities in terms of how they were at home and got their crowd up for it and believed that they could get something out of the game. And David Moyes is a very good manager. A lot of people slate him and say that he's not good enough and don't believe that he's going to go anywhere with him. But I actually think that what Everton have got there is a stable manager who will climb them at the table. They might not get top four. They might not get top six. But do you know what? They've got a chance of European football because of how bad everyone is, but also because they've got a manager that can actually utilize a style of football. Now, they did that today. They tried to nullify what we had going forward. They knew they were not as good as us going forward. Tiano Barry, to be fair to him, won everything in the air. I thought Tiano Barry was pretty good for Everton today in terms of his hold-up play. It's just on the ball, I don't think he's as good. Beto come on and did the same thing. I wasn't surprised by the team news, but I was shocked with Zubimendi. I really didn't think that he was going to start today. I didn't think he had an amazing game, if I'm honest. I thought he'd get the ball away a couple of times. Some good things he did individually, but certainly not his best of games. David Raya, a couple of excellent saves, to be fair to him. On the right-hand side, Timber, I just think he's elite. I just think he's really good. Obviously, in the middle, we had Saliba, who was probably one of my man of the match. I thought he was very, very solid today, keeping a clean sheet. You have to look at defence. Nketiah, I think, do you know what? Nketiah's taken a hell of a lot of criticism, and I don't quite know why, if I'm honest. Maybe people thought Nketiah was going to come in and be Gabriel level. I never assumed that. At the age of 23, an invincible by Leverkusen playing left back and left centre back. I think he's taken a lot of harsh criticism from certain rival fans who think that, who's this guy they bought? He ain't good enough. I actually think he's done very good. I've got to be honest with you. I think Nketiah's done well. So I say fair play to him. At left back, Calafiori, a couple of wayward passes today, but really, I think he's our best left back at the club, at the moment. I love Lewis-Skelly, but I think he is a future midfielder. And maybe we look to do something in the summer about that. But Calafiori was good today, I felt. And a lot of people might look at some of his wayward passing and think he had a shocking game. But actually, if you look at his defensively and what he was trying to do going forward, I thought Calafiori was fine. We come into midfield and Declan Rice, I don't think you'll say he's had an amazing game, but he kept things ticking. It looked like he was trying to deliver. It looked like he was trying to drive us forward. It looked like, to me, like he was trying to actually get into people's faces a bit and actually, tell everyone that we're the Arsenal. We're actually trying to give our all here. So I was okay with him. Zubimendi at times looked excellent and at times looked a bit rash. But there's stuff I really like about him. Like in terms of the technical ability and the passing ability, I really like Zubimendi. Like, I've got a lot of time for him. I think he's going to be an excellent addition to Arsenal. But some of the times I'm looking at his defensive abilities and I'm looking at the fact that he passes the ball a little bit too casual at times, giving it away a little bit at times. That frustrates me a lot, if I'm honest. On the right, I'm going to go with it. I think Saka was probably the only threat again today. I've just got to be honest with you guys. I think Saka's one of our best attackers. I think everyone knows he's one of our best attackers. But today, I think like anything that we were trying to do in terms of going forward was from Saka, wasn't it? Again, some of his shots don't come off because he's taking too long or the decision making's wrong. But I truly believe that some of that is down to Mikel Arteta. But I would love to see Saka take a little bit more risk. I just love to see Saka go, do you know what? I'm good enough to go and take you on. I'm good enough to cut inside. And do you know what? I'm not just good enough to take you on and cut inside. I'm good enough to shoot and score. And that's what I want to see from Bukayo Saka a little bit more. And I'm not really seeing that enough at times. Although I thought he was good today and one of our better attackers in terms of a threat from goal. He was probably the one that was maybe the only one, to be fair. We come on the left-hand side and Trossard had an okay game, to be fair to him. I thought he was a threat. Probably should have done a bit better. I don't know how he's hit the post. I think he's got a score, if I'm honest with you. A couple of times we hit the post today, which I really thought they would have been in on another day. And then we come to Victor Gyökeres, and I was disappointed with him today. I'm going to be honest with you. I appreciate he scored and he won us the game and it was a penalty and right, left and centre, but I don't feel like he's still quite with it yet. There's a couple of opportunities he's had. One of them went out for a goal kick. I thought he spun the defender well. He's quite good at doing that. In terms of off the ball, he's quite good. But I don't want to see this guy just be in there in the right place at the right time. And I don't know that we're seeing that enough yet. I don't know that we are. I think Victor Gyökeres has been one of those players that's frustrating me this year because I feel like he could have done a lot more. And I appreciate people saying about the system. And it's Arteta. Arteta's the problem. And the system's an issue. And if it was so-and-so, we'd be winning. But I sometimes feel like Gyökeres could have done more to be in and around the box at times. We've had chances. And I feel like Victor Gyökeres has missed some opportunities now. So I don't think it's a bad thing to say. I need to see more. I think it's a bad thing to say he's garbage and we get rid of him. I think that's too far. I think there's 5 goals in the Premier League. Now, Ekitike has been a revelation and he's got 7. So, or is it 8? So he's only a few goals behind him. And I think that when we look at Ekitike, maybe he would have been the better option for our system, but certainly for what we want is a bagsman. And I truly believe that Gyökeres is that bagsman. I just don't know that he's getting the right positions at the moment. So look, we can talk about that for weeks and we probably will continue to talk to that into 2026. But he scored his penalty and people will say it's a penalty. He's still got to put it in and he buried it, to be fair to him. So fair play to him. But I feel like there's more to his game that I need to see. And then we come to Martin Odegaard, our captain. I don't know about you people, but I was very frustrated by him today. Very frustrated by him. Don't think he played well. Now, look, people will say he drove us forward. He was the one who was pressing. I need to see more. I can't just see him running around and pressing. I need to actually see him create. I need to see him deliver. I need to see him shoot, score, create, assist, or do something. Please, Martin. And he's the teacher's pet. If this was any other player, he'd be hooked. But because it's Mikel Arteta and Martin Odegaard, he wants to try to keep him on as long as possible. Whenever he takes him off, it's like, let's try and get you on as long as possible. And you see, whenever he's substituted, it's because he's looking at it to try and get that extra, like, squeeze out of that orange. I'm not too sure Martin Odegaard had the best of games tonight. I don't know what you guys thought. The subs that came on, I mean, fair play. We've actually got some subs to bring on now. I know we've got some injuries and a lot of people talk about the concerns of injuries, but I do feel like the bench tonight was still strong, even though we've got some players out. But I need to see more creativity from midfield, whether it's Eze, whether it's Erdegaard, whether it's Ethan, whether it's a combination of both or all three. I need to see something that is allowing Victor Gyökeres, Saka, and Trossard to go, thank you so much. You put it on a plate for us. I don't think we've done that, guys. I don't think we've done that. So when we win tonight by a penalty, by a 1-0, we keep a clean sheet, it looks brilliant on paper. When we look back at this game, we'll go, that's a really good result. We beat Everton away from home 1-0. We kept a clean sheet. That's a very, very good result. But I think Everton will take more positives from that than we will, because Everton have tried to nullify a very, very good side. Arsenal tried to beat a good side, but really they should have in paper. So I've got some problems with that. Now, we go into the momentum now. We've got Crystal Palace on the Tuesday night. We've got Brighton. We've got Villa again soon. We've got brilliant games coming up that we're really looking forward to. But I've got to be honest with you when I say this. I would go all out against Palace on Tuesday night. Win this bloody game. Because they made some changes tonight. Apparently, they lost to Leeds 3-0, but they're cool with that, apparently, because it's all on Tuesday night. Well, why is it not all on Tuesday night for us? We should be looking at this game and thinking, this is the one we want to go through. I want to be beating Crystal Palace quite convincingly. I want to ensure that we're having Raya in goal, Timber. I want to see Nkapia and Saliba at centre-back. I want to see Lewis-Skelly. I want to see Ethan Nwaneri, but I also want to see the likes of Eze. I want to see Rice. I want to see Saka. I want to see Gyökeres. I want to see Martinelli. And then maybe you look at rotating a bit, but only when it's necessary. Not. I don't want to be in this scenario where we're looking at thinking Everton's cool, now everyone rests. And we play Kepa. And we play a back line that at the moment is already pretty depleted, alongside a midfield which has Norgard in it, alongside an attack that has, the likes of Dauman. I think might be injured, to be fair. I want to see us going for this, believing we can win it. And maybe I'm being pessimistic, but I'm worried that he might make a bit too many changes. I mean, the good thing, I suppose, is, guys, that we've got a little bit of injuries at the moment, right? A little bit of injuries at the moment, which will allow us to believe that we can potentially go strong, because we haven't really got another option. But we haven't really got any weak players. I would say Norgard, probably one of the weakest players that we've got, but really is a established Premier League player. I want to see us going for this game, I've got to be honest. I'm going to do more of a show on this towards the end of the week, but I just feel like this is a massively important game, particularly now we beat Everton, because a lot of people are saying, which one was more important? I actually said the Palace game was more important. Now we beat Everton. Please go and beat them. Please go through to this next round. Don't allow Chelsea to be mapping out their journey with Arsenal included and not actually have Arsenal included. Allow us to go and play Chelsea. I don't care who we get in the semi-finals. I said that. Make sure we're in the semi-finals. That's what I will say. So look, some positives tonight, some negatives tonight, but we've got 3 points back top of the league. Big up to everyone that's here. Make sure you hit like, make sure you subscribe. We'll see you on the next one, and happy Christmas.